Hey there, this is Michael Cosman, and we're talking about HOAs. What exactly are they, and the pros and cons. So don't go away. Hey, thanks for coming back. This is Michael Cosman with Keller Williams Paint Creek, the realtor who truly cares. If you're enjoying these videos, please like, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell, and we'll keep bringing them to you every Friday. So today we're talking about HOAs. What exactly are they, and the pros and cons? So an HOA stands for Homeowners Association, and it's generally in a local neighborhood that's been built by a builder, developer, and they've been created by the private individuals there that live in that community. They're governed by a board, but it's unincorporated, and it's for the community itself. They have what's called a master deed and bylaws, and CCR's covenant continuing restrictions. And so those are what oversee the local community. And so there's reasons why we have homeowners associations. And before you buy a home, I suggest you do your due diligence up front, because not all homeowners associations are created equal. But we're going to talk about what do they provide, what are the pros and the cons. So let's first start with pro number one, amenities. Sometimes when you're buying a home, it provides you certain amenities. In my subdivision, with my homeowners association, we have a pool, we have tennis courts, we have the beautification, we have things that bring beauty and that bring value to your home and your home area. So amenities are number one. Now the cons, on the other hand, con number one would be cost or fees. For these services, for these amenities, there is a cost that has to be absorbed by the people in the community, the local neighborhood. And generally they can vary depending on the number of amenities versus what goes on and how large the community is. A larger community might be able to absorb that cost. So number two, pro to having an HOA is, when you belong to an HOA, they're kind of your advocate that you could bounce ideas off of and related to your home, things of those rules and restrictions that can help add value to your home, and any comments or feedback. So a lot of times with the HOAs, they also have they hire that out to a property management company, which is also involved in the process and oversees. So they're your advocate. Con number two, though, a lot of times is when you're going into a homeowners association, they have these rules, and sometimes there's restrictions based off that. Maybe you only can have one pet, and versus you can have 4 or 5 pets, or maybe there's fencing restrictions, which I see often. It's a common restriction that I see, because they want to maintain the beauty and the expanse of the community. Number 3, in terms of a pro, is uniformity and beautification that plays into the no fences, whatever. With the HOAs, they want everything to be uniform. They don't want someone painting a pink house or having some crazy landscaping there. They all want it to blend together to present a uniformity and a beautification of the subdivision. So number 3 on the cons sometimes is the management itself. These are with a HOA, sometimes it's been said you can attract more bees with honey than vinegar, and so you're dealing with people who are volunteering a lot of times that are on the board managing these homeowners associations, and so you might have to be a little patient with them. They're trying to do the best job that they can. So patience and time, and you're dealing with people's different personalities. So the management can be a little bit, challenging. Pro number 4 is ownership involvement. Because you're a member of that community, you have a say-so. In my HOA association, I was on the activities committee. We would plan activities around to bring the community together. You know, in one of my previous videos we talked about community. So take active ownership and maybe show up at the HOA meeting and see where you can contribute value to your community. So that's another pro. Another con is also the process can be a little, if you've got requests or concerns or complaints, it can be a little bureaucratic. You might encounter some red tape along the way. So because of that, it might go at a slower pace than you want. But I'm guaranteed though, if you have a good HOA, then they'll process that the best they can. And finally, pro tip number 5 is property value. You know, the overall goal here with the uniformity and everything like that to make it beautiful is, you know, you're going to have your property values increase because, you know, no one's going to let the weeds and the homes just look lackadaisical. There'll be versus a neighborhood which there is no HOA in your general neighborhood. People going to let their home go crap basically, and nothing you can do about it. With the HOA, there's more of that uniformity and increased property values for you as a homeowner. So the scripture that comes to mind here, like I like to end every video with a scripture, is where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom in 2 Corinthians 3:17. And when you give your life and your spirit over to Christ, there is freedom. It might seem like you're giving up a lot, just like similarly in an HOA, you might be giving up, you know, some freedoms or whatever, but the end result is for your benefit. And so the Lord, when you give up your life to Christ, there is true freedom. So anyway, I sincerely thank you for joining me today. And every Friday, don't forget, I'll be back here with more real estate and scriptural content. God bless you and have a great day.